And topic that I'm going to present to you is environment and development. Let me give you a short introduction on environment and development. People around the world depend greatly on the natural environment for their health and livelihood, especially people in developing countries. Environment and development cannot go against each other. They should be complementing each other. The concept of environment has evolved or developed since it started to become the global issue in the early 1970s. Development is a continuous and constant process. However, every development has some positive and negative results. The definitions of environment and development. Environment. The environment is defined here as the entirety of the physical world consisting of the world's land masses, oceans, atmosphere, etc. Other hand, the development is defined as the process of growth and change in human, social, political, and economic systems. According to R.K. Pachot, environment may be defined as the sum total of all conditions and influence that affect the development and the life of organisms. Environment can be seen in two approaches. They are first, abiotic components of environment, which consist of all non-living things. For examples, atmosphere, water, minerals, energy, etc. Second, biotic component of environment, which consists of all the living things in an ecosystem. For examples like animals, birds, plants, fungi, and other similar organisms. The types of resources, there are two types of resources that we see in the environment. They are first like renewable resources. What is renewable resources? A renewable resources is one that can be used repeatedly and does not run out because it is natural replaced. For examples like water, land, solar, energy, wind, energy, etc. Second, non-renewable resources. What is non-renewable resources? A non-renewable resources is a natural resources that cannot be readily replaced by natural means at a quick enough pace to keep up with consumption. For examples like coal, petroleum, gas, nuclear energy, etc. Now, we shall see what is development. Economic growth was regarded as central to the development endeavors or activities up to the 1980s. However, development came to be interpreted as multidimensional concept. We should encompass material, social, environmental, political, and cultural components, with all of them having a direct impact on the quality of a human life. Development emphasized over exploitation of resources, which in turn compel human societies to compromise their ability to meet the essential needs of their people in future. The sustainable development, the sustainable environmental development is recommended by many scholars, intellectuals. The term sustainable development began to gain wide acceptance in the late 1980s. The World Commission on Environment and Development, WCED, in 1987 defined sustainable development as Development that meets the needs of the present generation without compromising the ability of future generation to meet their own needs. The natural environment. The natural environment plays a key role in our economy as direct input into production and through the many services it provides. The benefits of natural environment range from the essential for life including clear air and water, food and fuel, to things that improve our quality of life and well-being such as recreation and beautiful landscapes. Now we shall see the health risks and vulnerability of humans and environmental degeneration. Human survival to a large extent depends on security, health awareness, and services and environmental quality. The vulnerability of ecosystems to environmental damage through globalized economic penetration and modernization process has put the majority population inhabiting the planet to a health risk. As we take up the issues and problems related to environment and health, which needs to be analyzed in developing nations like different settings such as rural, urban, agricultural, and industrial places. Here are some issues. First, home environment and health. In the home setting, the most important aspect in that is that of personal hygiene related to maintenance of cleanliness, bathing, washing of hands before and after meals. It is very essential to have a good physical surroundings such as a good house and proper drainage. Rural environment and health. The rural environment, especially due to introduction of modernization and urbanization in structural development such as construction of dams for irrigation purposes, power generation plants, and road networks have affected people's relationship with land, technology, and production. For example, like the water resources are by and large and unprotected and majority of the community wells are polluted. Urban environment and health. The urban environmental problems are mostly inadequate water supply, wastewater, solid waste, energy, loss of green and natural spaces, pollution of soil, air, traffic noise, etc. Air and water pollution and wastes are the main environmental problems in most cities. Now we shall see the impact of development on the environment. The development projects can have negative or positive impacts on living environment. First, negative impacts. Roads for transport, great water dams, cities, mining of natural resources of raw materials and energy, etc. What are the effects? Fragmentation of natural habitats, loss of fertile soil, deforestation and soil degradation, pollution of environment, local climate change, etc. Second, positive impacts. Construction of smaller water dams, application of environment-friendly technology, etc. What are the effects? Increase in biodiversity, enrichment of landscape by cultural features, sustainable exploitation of environment for present as well as future generations. The causes of environmental problems. The first, population growth. Second, unsustainable resources use. Third, poverty. Fourth, excluding environmental costs from market prices. Fifth, trying to manage having lack of knowledge. Here I come to the conclusion. The rapid environmental degradation has been taking place all over the world in recent decades, has alarmed economists and environmentalists alike. As we know that our natural environment makes human life possible and our cultural environment helps define who we are. It is therefore essential that our population and economic growth are the environmentally sustainable. Thank you.